Hi everyone. It's me, Sailor. It is me, Sailor Jupiter, Lita here. And today I'm going to talk about this one thing that I think needs to be talked about. Well, it's nothing bad or anything, but it is going to go back to, well, this is probably one of my art films that got watched a lot back in the day and probably still does in some way, being, you know, fake told on. Now, fake told on means when someone, you know, when you're not doing anything wrong and you're following the followership over. No, we can't do that again. Alright, so on YouTube, we made a film talking about. Uh, Alright, here we go. Alright, so anyway, here is. I've did this film many times, so I have the right to do it as I want to. Alright, so a lot of folks out there, when it. Alright, why do I like cooking for it and baking? Well, they're both the same thing. Alright, well, this film's going to be made for Omen Boy and talks about why he likes me as one of his beloved sailor fighters. Now, as we all know, everyone has their beloved sailor fighter of the team. You know, something about them that they like or they shared. And with me, it would be out of my skills and craft for cooking. Now, I said the grounds of why I cooked for was that I felt I had to do it. I had to show that craft, that side of myself, so folks wouldn't be frightened of me. Because I had a name I had made a name for myself over the years for fighting. Now it's brought up in a Deke and also a little bit in a Clover way, but it's also brought up in Toei and Viz too. So um, they said that the other learns I went to, they said that I was, kicked out or fired or thrown out for fighting. But it's never really brought up beyond that. And everyone seems to be frightened of me since of that. If there's any truth to back it up, I don't know. But Serena was the first one. I didn't even know she was Sailor Moon yet, who befriended me and said, "Well, why you be frightened of me?" And she's like, "Why should I be frightened of you?" So right off the front, I knew that not everyone believed in the sagas and tales that were coming out of me. You know, that were coming out that I fought and that I everybody should keep away from me, and I wasn't going to last this long in this new learn and whatever. Now it does come now it does come up again in the two Ford following a Sailor Moon when a spell is put on everyone to make them think Amy cheated or didn't fairly work on a seat, whatever this was. And two folks say, and then two of them, and then I am up beating up two of them who said that she was didn't win it fair. And Amy or Sailor Mercury's like, well, fighting doesn't isn't the right thing. I said, yeah, but they're saying you're a cheater. I said they're saying you did it wrong. But yeah, that was the only time it ever came up. But they put their hands on me first, so yeah, I did have the right to do that. Even though it probably was wrong of me to do it, you know. But nothing comes up after that, you know. So that's why I had to bring up the cooking side. Sometimes it's also offshooted into making, the flour side. It's also offshooted that I also want to have a little tea house too. So I got so many dreams, but I say the grounds to why I had to bring up cooking was that would make folks be less frightened of me. you know. And I said I had to show this side because if I didn't have that skill or craft, then I was thinking no one would want to be with me because they would believe in the sagas and tales that were coming out that I was thrown down my old learn for fighting, which is never really brought up why, you know. Now I'm sure in the Viz and the Toei offshoot of it, they might shift it up a bit and say, well, she fought so and so or this, but it still does not come out anything beyond that. So that's why I, had to bring the cooking side out, and it's come out many times. You know, I've had to, make my food and then share it with my friends many times. But my friends, I also had there many times where I also made food and happened to hang out with Ellen, not knowing at the time Ellen was one of the outsiders that we were fighting at the time. And it does come up many times after that, you know. So, yeah, in my belief, before I end this film, if I didn't have that skill or craft, then I don't think I felt the folks would not want to be around me. Oh yes, there was a time where I was going to go to Andrews and help, help make a meal for him and clean up the house, not knowing at the time that he had a girlfriend Rita who they would meet up again in the following. Um, but at the same time, I had a belief if I did not have that skill or craft, then folks would be frightened of me. So I felt if I had that skill or craft, which it is, then folks would be less frightened of me. So I had to show that side of myself. But yeah, did I get kicked out of Crossroads for it? No, I don't think so. I think I was there from the two forward following of the show, from the first following of the show up till the fifth following of the show. Even though I think we went up a rank since then. Um, so that's why I'm a cook. I mean, yeah. Even though there are big on likenesses, my mother was the one who taught me how to cook at a young age, and I took on that skill. But we'll talk about that later on. Anyway, that's all the time I got. If you like this film, follow us over here at Sailor Moon for Life, or watch the last film I made yesterday over here. I'm Sailor Jupiter Lita, and I hope you like this film. Bye.